Now on CoastTV News.
The heat along the coast giving some people a hard time. We'll break it down for you.
Canopy reminder what Ocean City lifeguards are saying.
Over budget, how many hundreds of thousands of dollars Rehoboth Beach Patrol is costing now.
The heat index was in the 100s today, and we could be in the triple-digit territory for the majority of this work week, along with an isolated thunderstorm or two.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Trying to stay in the shade and cool on another heat wave day. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the constant heat coming down the coast.
The heat changed people's days all across Delmarva today.
CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappé shows us what people are up to in all this heat.
Today marks another blistering hot start to the week, and the Heimballs came prepared for their beach day.
We have lots of water with us. We have an umbrella. So yes, we are prepared.
But the heat hasn't stopped people from going to the beach or making a living. And while some people lay in the shade to cool off, others would rather make their AC do the work.
Usually we can't leave the house because it's really hot, so we stay inside.
But the heat hasn't stopped some people from doing their thing in OC, whether that's fishing, playing some basketball, or skateboarding. And although Asher Nichols plans to skate for a while, he and his little brother Xavier have to take breaks to stay hydrated.
I mean, honestly, it takes 5-10 minutes and it's already just too hot.
As the heat continues to shine down along the coast, some people feel this is what going on vacation is all about.
The weather is gorgeous so far today. Nice breeze. I love it. It's beautiful.
And I love it too. I love the ocean. There's a little breeze going. It's beautiful.
Just make sure you go outside prepared. If you're planning on going to the beach sometime this week, be sure to bring some extra shade, water, and sunscreen. I'm Kevin Zappé in Ocean City, CoastTV News.
And it seems like a good time to check in on our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what's your go-to method for staying cool during a heat wave?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 85% say air conditioning, only 5% say the beach, 10% say indoor activities. So Charlie and I were at the beach yesterday, and it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. You get a nice little breeze off the water, and you can even go in the water if you want. If you want to go vote, easy to do. Go to coasttv.com or use our CoastTV mobile app. Now let's take a live look into the Dover area, and we've been talking about heat. We're going to keep talking about heat here. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams has the details.
One quick note, when you guys were referring to how it wasn't so bad along the beach, a lot of folks may not realize that's called basically you're talking about the sea breeze effect, okay? And so whenever we have our heat advisories, always notice there's a little sliver of land that's outside of the coloring. That's indicating it's much cooler on the beach. So when we say there's a heat advisory or heat wave, it's for the inland areas. So those who are right along the beach, not quite there. Now let's take a look at some things. 94 for the high in Georgetown and Salisbury. 90-degree days. I mean, typically 15. That's what we've had. Average should be about 12. See, we've already had 3 more days in the 90-degree category than we should have already at this point of the year. Now, think about this. And listen, 5 of them were in the last 5 days, 92, 97, 97, 95, and 94. And if that wasn't enough to make your eyes buck, take a look at this. We've now developed a new tracking system for the heat. This is well above normal, and near normal. I want you to notice something. Anything here or above is where we're not supposed to be. We've only had 2 below normal and a couple of normal days. Other than that, in the last 4 days right here, notice how we're trending upwards the whole time. And the deviation that we're talking about, which is at the bottom here, the deviation is +5, +9, 9, and 7. From a climatological standpoint, that is astounding. I'm just letting you know. And we're not even talking about the heat that's causing problems in the tropics. And just to show you, as my last piece of evidence, so to speak, our high today was 94. 88 is the norm. We're only 3 degrees away from the record high, and we have a heat advisory in effect for our area. You see that sliver of land right there? That's what we were talking about just a few moments ago. Listen, we're going to talk more and elaborate more on just how this heat is going to continue to be a bit cumbersome for this entire work week, at least until about Thursday. Stay hydrated, stay in the shade, stay weather aware. Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. And with these high heat temperatures, There's a beat the peak alert in effect. It's going to last until 7. Delaware Electric Cooperative asking customers to conserve their energy through simple tips. That includes not using your washer or dryer until later tonight. You can also turn off any unnecessary lights. The co-op says there's a chance of peak alerts again tomorrow.
The already delayed Beach Patrol Headquarters faces another setback, and it's pricey. At a presentation to commissioners today, it was revealed the current contract is $552,000 over the original budget. Although there are contingencies still in place, and the May 2025 end date is still on schedule.
Ocean City lifeguards reminding beachgoers that canopies are allowed, but the town does continue to review their use. Lifeguards say canopies are great, but be sure not to put them in front of a lifeguard stand. They can't see that way, and take it with you before you leave for the day. New today, the Milford Board of Education will discuss a controversial speech policy. The ACLU says the policy would mandate staff ensure classrooms are free from items that could be offensive. But the ACLU says that infringes on free speech. This Milford Board of Education meeting is scheduled for the 15th.
New today, the superintendent of the Laurel School District, Sean Larimore, has been reinstated by the Board of Education. This comes after a DUI arrest in May. Since the arrest, Larimore has been on sick leave for over 50 days, according to a post on the district's Facebook page. In a statement, Larimore said, quote, "I am committed to moving forward with transparency, humility, and a renewed dedication to being of service to our students and community," end quote.
This is a pivotal week for President Biden as he faces calls from within his own party to drop out of the presidential race. The 81-year-old incumbent will host a NATO summit in Washington and will hold a rare solo news conference later this week. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how the drumbeat for Biden to drop out is growing louder following his weak performance in the first debate, though other leading Democrats are coming to his defense.
President Biden starting out a critical week on offense.
I am not going anywhere.
Calling in to MSNBC's Morning Joe to declare his position.
I wouldn't be running if I didn't absolutely believe that I am the best candidate to beat Donald Trump in 2024.
And challenge what he called his party's elites.
If any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me at the convention.
It comes as a growing number of Democratic lawmakers have publicly and privately voiced concerns about the president staying at the top of the ticket after his poor debate performance magnified concerns over his age and fitness. Members of Congress planning closed-door meetings this week after hearing from their constituents back home.
He just can't make it through 4 more years and look vigorous like Americans need. And
I find it fascinating that nobody's asking for his opponent, who's almost as old as he is, mentally fairly confused, not to step down or step aside.
Pennsylvania is a critically important state.
After spending the weekend on the campaign trail, the president writing to congressional Democrats that the party's one job is to beat Donald Trump and that any weakening of resolve only helps him. Several leading Democrats, including members of the influential Congressional Black Caucus, firmly backing President Biden. The president speaking today with jittery donors and preparing to address world leaders at the NATO summit that kicks off tomorrow, putting him and his political future center stage. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The White House says it's not hearing concerns about President Biden's debate performance from NATO allies, who he'll be hosting this week in D.C. before holding that solo press conference on Thursday, considered yet another key test.
Still to come, counting dolphins, what a local event means for our local environment.
This is how hot it was at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We're in the midst of a sweltering situation as the heat index is likely to stay in the 100s for Del Mar for at least 3 more days in a row. More on that heat coming up.
What was once Hurricane Beryl turns deadly in the U.S. The damage and destruction left behind. That's up next.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water, or maybe into some hot water if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
If you have chronic kidney disease, you can reduce the risk of kidney failure with Farxiga, because there are places you'd like to be. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Beryl is now a tropical storm, but made landfall southwest of Houston today as a Category 1 hurricane. It's the first to make landfall in the U.S. this season. Michael Yoshida is in Houston as Harris County authorities say at least 2 people tragically have already been killed as a result of this deadly and historic storm.
I looked up and my roof was gone. It just went.
Terrifying moments for Texans living along the coast as Hurricane Beryl slams the state, carving a path inland.
The wind tunnel just went crazy. Stuff started flying off the walls, zinging around the house.
Hurricane-strength wind gusts reaching as high as 94 miles per hour in Freeport and knocking out power to more than 2 million customers in the state, according to PowerOutage.us.
The biggest issue is going to be Center Point in Texas, New Mexico, assessing how many homes and businesses are without power. And then our favorite people over the coming few days will be the linemen as they get out and bust their butts on getting power back to everyone.
Across the area, fallen trees, a flipped truck, and collapsed roofs. Houston firefighters rescued a man trapped in bed when a tree fell on the house. The storm surge and heavy rainfall flooding several interstates as crews rushed to perform high-water rescues for stranded drivers.
Are you okay, sir?
Please, Houstonians, anyone that can hear my voice, shelter in place. Shelter in place. We're in an emergency.
Houston Mayor John Whitmire calling on everyone to stay inside. He says the city is focused on emergency response and preparing for what comes next.
We will do an assessment. We will be opening up centers. The Red Cross is in contact with us.
In Houston, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
This is an unexpected and is an incredibly active hurricane season because of the enhanced heat coming from the water. This is just the beginning of what's already become a historic tropical season with the intensity of the storms developing so early in the season. Take a look at your Bay forecast. Listen, we're looking at 93 on Monday for us going into Tuesday, going into Wednesday, and we're looking forward to continue to stay really warm. Your full forecast coming up in a moment.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home. The progress, the completion, and the move-in. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes. Custom built in our factory and finished on your lot. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
Chesapeake Healthcare welcomes new adult medicine doctors to their team. Dr. Mitchell Gittleman and his associates are accepting new patients at their office at Winter Place Parkway in Salisbury. Chesapeake Healthcare also expanded their adult medicine team to accept new patients in Pocomoke and their office in Berlin. Together, Chesapeake Healthcare offers an expansive team of adult medicine doctors and practitioners across the Lower Shore in Salisbury, Princess Anne, Berlin, and Pocomoke. Call the office near you today to schedule your appointment.
Delmarva proud and take the Coast Country Challenge.
The big issues: abortion, civil rights, healthcare. When Trump policies were attacking our rights, County Executive Matt Meyer fought back. Now Trump is promising a national abortion ban and huge cuts to healthcare coverage. Matt's healthcare plan will reduce costs, not coverage, by increasing competition on the exchange. And Matt's plan will protect women's access to abortion, always. So call Matt Meyer. Tell him you support his plans to protect Delaware values.
Discover the craftsmanship behind each Berica home. With each factory tour, you'll embark on a 60-minute journey of innovation and precision. Step into a world where your future home comes to life. Call our office to schedule your factory tour today.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
It has been unusually and almost historically hot thus far, and we're just really getting into this summer season, and now we have yet another concern for heat advisories in our area. We're going to detail that heat for you and show you something that's a bit eye-popping when you think about it. We'll show you that in a moment. First of all, our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, we're holding at 83 degrees. And quickly, for those of you who are using our app, please remember there's a difference between the coast and the inland areas. In Lewis, it's 83, but inland, in places like, let's say, Seaford or Georgetown or those areas, it's blistering hot because you get hotter as you move inland, hence the benefit of being on the beach during a hot day. It's called the sea breeze effect. Temperatures will go from 83, 7 o'clock, down to 78, at 9 o'clock. Here's a look at the temperatures and an example of that sea breeze effect. You see how we're at 76 in Rehoboth and Inland River Inlet and 74 in Bethany Beach. But as you go inland, we're at 87 in Milton, 88 in Redden, 82 in Georgetown. That's also, even when you take into account that we have elevated dew points for everybody, it feels a lot cooler, and it is cooler for us along the shore. So even when we have those advisories and all that, you'll notice as it feels like right now, the heat index is in the 70s along the coast, but it's 99 in Milton right now. It feels like 99 in Milford, and it feels like 96 in Redden. What about the tracking of the heat throughout the day? Well, this was at about mid-morning. It felt like 108 in Seaford, felt like 103 Princess Anne, and it felt like 99 in Long Neck. We progressed here and we got up to like 107 and then even to 112 at one point in time. We're currently under a heat advisory for just about all of the Delmarva Peninsula, but specifically for all of Sussex. We've had some spotty showers that have flared up near Frankfort, Highway 21 going towards Long Neck. Fortunately, they've died down because they just kind of basically killed itself. It's kind of like a Pac-Man game, eating all of the dots up and running out of fuel. So that's kind of what's happening with this storm system as it pushes on through. Now, here's that difference. You see, we have the heat advisory in effect for Beltown, Gossley Mills, and Marshtown, but it's not in effect, okay, for Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, and along the shore. That's the difference with the watches that we're talking about and all of that. Dense fog advisory actually is in effect off of the coast, by the way, just so you know what that gray is. Here's a look at those scattered showers. They flared up initially right around 3 o'clock, and then they're starting to die out and fall apart, which is really what we want to happen. Now, here's that eye-popping piece of information I wanted to share with you. 90-degree days, we've had 15 so far this year. The average is 12. So even at this point, we're talking about just on this date, we're already 3 degrees above the normal amount of elevated temperatures for this time of the year. Now, I want you to think about this. 88 is the norm, so our norm is not even supposed to be at 90 degrees, but we're hitting 94, and we're only 3 degrees shy of tying the record high for this date. Tuesday morning, we start off at 76 along the shore, 80 inland. We will see a spot shower flare up briefly at about 3:30 right along the shore, cooling us off along the beaches, staying steamy throughout the inland areas. Wednesday, same situation, winds coming out of the south very steadily and temps in the 70s. Then as we go into Wednesday afternoon, we see the increasing amount of moisture coming out of the south. But here's the big story. Tuesday, 100s. Wednesday, 101. Thursday, we drop to 96 if we're fortunate. Then maybe the heat will kind of die out for us. For tonight, hovering humidity in 74. Tomorrow, the heat advisory officially kicks in. Winds out of the south with a chance of a spot shower in the afternoon. Then on Wednesday, triple-digit heat index kicks back in again. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling extended forecast. We are calling for those chances of spot showers, but those are kind of like Florida flirting showers, only for about maybe 35 minutes at most, and then we're back to being hot and humid again, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. In traffic news, Mount Zion Road between Seaford Road and Route 13 in Laurel, that's now closed. It's going to stay that way until July 26th. Crews working on putting in a new crossroad pipe.
A Laurel man has been burned after throwing spray cans into a burning barrel. That's according to the Delaware State Fire Marshal. They say the 27-year-old man was throwing the cans into the barrel Sunday night on East Trap Pond Road. The man was sent to a burn center. Now, good news here, nobody else was hurt.
Coming up, breaking records. It has been a huge year for travel. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Brian, what's the difference between treated wood and composite decking?
Treated wood decking costs less but requires a lot of maintenance over the years. Composite decking looks like wood but won't fade, curl, or rot. It's insect resistant, maintenance free, and comes with a lifetime warranty. But if you call Paul Davis now, you can get composite decking for the same price as treated lumber and no payments, no interest for 12 months.
Paul Davis can bring the showroom to you as soon as tomorrow.
And we'll give you a down to the penny price that day.
Call Paul Davis, the restoration and remodeling experts.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
I was literally told I wouldn't be able to walk as a kid. You keep working on your dreams. There's nothing holding you back.
What's Vance Walker gonna do for an encore?
I'm coming for that title.
American Ninja Warrior, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
What a season we are having because of people like you.
Absolutely incredible. Come back to us, Simon.
AGT, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Join Club Ocean at Ocean Downs and get $20 free play guaranteed. We ship you not. Then use your card every time you play to earn more rewards. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Brian's getting ready to take the wheel.
We play ourselves on TV.
This is what you're like in real life, in the wild?
Well, not dressed like this.
Ryan Seacrest joins Vanna White this fall on Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune on Coast TV.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
Son, your house looks and smells great. I finally took your advice, Dad. Dry Zone was professional, fast, and reasonably priced. Just like I said. Yes, Dad. They fixed up our crawl space, so no more buckling, cracking, or musty odors. Like I said. Yes, Dad, like you said. Dry Zone, they're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
You're looking live at the Bay Bridge westbound right now. A reminder that span will be closed after the morning rush hour on Wednesday starting at 10. The law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics is going to cross that bridge. The right and center lanes will be closed for runners.
TSA officers setting a new record for most travelers screened in a single day. More than 3 million people passed through U.S. airport security on Sunday. Sunday's screening record surpasses the previous record set just last month, when TSA officers processed more than 2.99 million travelers on June 23rd. According to the U.S. Transportation Security Administration, this year has been the busiest yet, with 8 of the 10 busiest days in TSA's history happening this year.
For his whole career, you couldn't see John Cena, but he's now announced that he is retiring from, I did this move here from John Cena. He's now announced that he's retiring from WWD. The 47-year-old wrestler actor broke the news during World Wrestling Entertainment's Monday in the Bank event. His announcement was met with some boos from the audience. They don't want to see him go. Cena said he plans to do between 30 and 40 dates through next year. That'll wrap up his quarter-century-long wrestling career. The 16-time WWE World Champ is tied with legendary wrestler Ric Flair for the record number of championships.
Play ball. The Delmarva Sports Network is airing the Maryland State Little League game 8 through 10 tomorrow. Take a look at this. It's the first ever Little League to be played on the Delmarva Sports Network. It's Delmar versus Dorchester. First pitch is at 3. DSN has live coverage then, and a replay will be at 8. Let's take one more look at our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what's your go-to method for staying cool during a heat wave? Take a look at your screen. You can see so far air conditioning still is number 1 at 85%. Indoor activities at 12%. Beach visits, though, just down to 3%. I don't know. I hope we can change that. And guess what? You can, because you can still vote on our website or app. We'll have updated results on Coast TV News at 6.
Coming up, how you can help the environment while enjoying the beach. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Enjoy the season, taste the flavors, support the farmers. Shop the Berlin Farmers Market. Reconnect with the cycles of nature and your community. With a wide variety of produce and provisions, discovering the taste of small town charm never felt so good. The Berlin Farmers Market, Sundays from 9 to 1.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath, designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Attention Delmarva homeowners. HomeSmart is looking for 50 homes to participate in our first ever bath makeover event. 50 homeowners will receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. We want to showcase our Kohler Luxstone showers in real bathroom conditions, including Kohler's proprietary crushed stone walls that won't harbor bacteria or soap scum. That's right, homeowners will receive promotional pricing just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. 50 homeowners who call now will save. Receive 50% off installation of a new Kohler Luxstone shower. Plus, call during this program for no payments until 2025. Senior and military discounts. Call HomeSmart now with zip code and location to qualify. Call 1-800-616-8289. That's 1-800-616-8289.
Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with summer savings at Gateway Subaru. Right now, save up to $3,300 on a new 2024 Subaru Outback. Plus, take advantage of great financing rates as low as 0% for 48 months. At Gateway Subaru, we're committed to higher standards, ensuring every journey starts with trust and excellence. Stop by and discover the thrill of the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Designed for the bold, ready for any adventure. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Enjoy the season, taste the flavors, support the farmers. Shop the Berlin Farmers Market. Reconnect with the cycles of nature and your community. With a wide variety of produce and provisions, discovering the taste of small town charm never felt so good. The Berlin Farmers Market, Sundays from 9 to 1.
Do you want to help the environment and enjoy the beach? The Mayor Institute is holding its annual dolphin count next Saturday, July 20th. From 9 to 11, you simply record any dolphins that go by at an assigned spot by Mayor. The data helps environmentalists learn more about our local dolphin population.
The heat advisory is in effect for Sussex, kicks in at 10 o'clock Tuesday morning. So that's when it officially kicks in, but we're feeling the heat right now. You can get an updated view of what's happening with your forecast by calling our weather line. It's sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Bruckstead, and Federico at 443-880-9100. Here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. We stay in the 90s until we stumble our way into Friday.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, for more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And of course, we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.